Mhm.
Oh, recorded broadcast. Recorded and broadcast.
Oop.
Oh. Works.
Okay. Good.
There we go.
Ouch. That is itch. There we go. That's better.
Here. Oh yeah, my own going.
Mhm.
Also, don't forget to give us the link.
I have done exactly that.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna want to throw a thing in another channel because I know some folks who are gonna want to see this too.
Yeah. I'll throw mine in like 12 minutes.
Yeah. Oh. Hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbidian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we are playing today our first episode, our prologue of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon. A game using the Fabula Ultima TTRPG system. Last we were together, we had spoken about some of our lines and veils. We had spoken about some of the nations that make up the countless realms. And today we're going to learn more about the character. We did look into the characters a little bit. We looked into Lucius and Seven a bit. But there is more to learn about our intrepid crew. You'll see some new things, everyone. You'll see that there is these new blue icons that are hovering over you, your card, your tokens. These are your Fabula points. I did make a graphic for Ultima points, and then I forgot, and then I realized, oh right, that's for particular villains. I, the GM, don't hang on to a bunch of them. The certain villains, I might have some, but I don't start with any as far as I'm.
And I see the tokens you've used for them, and I am now having an anxiety attack.
They're
What?
Those red ones are tokens that he's used for these psychic crystal things that have just absolutely ruined my day in previous campaigns.
Nope. Nope, 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 nope.
So, we also have a new person along. Lying, child, abuse, and harm to kids. What?
Huh?
What?
Hi, author,
No?
by the way.
Did author post that?
Yeah, I don't know. Don't ask me. Yes, we have a new person who's going to be playing Moore Duncan. Tell us a bit about who this Moore Duncan is.
Moore is someone who is of the Duncan clan from an island nation, and she was cast out due to a false accusation and is now traveling as a merchant to try to gain the resources to clear her name.
Oh, I'm smart. Author's line: child abuse and harm to kids, and a veil adult fun time. I appreciate fade to black. Okay. Sorry, my brain did not connect dots for a second.
Okay.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Grennan, says author.
Hi, author.
Yes, here is the current map of the world. That expanded out the noble Republic of Corustilum, noting the jungles to its south, noting more of its cities, the path between it and the spiritual duchy of Wokomal. Expanded the Sultanate of Oscara, added towns that it likely conquered to its north and south, plus expanded its desert. Note the various ruined camps that you are not allowed to go to without specific authorization. But you know, you're heroes. What are they gonna do? Stop you? They're gonna try to stop you. It calls the Golden Connet inside its mountain valley. Isolated away on the other side of the desert. And of course, there is our new person's realm, the island nation of Tirn Sigith. There is more world beyond that, but this is the known world as we see it here in the Countless Realms. But poke. Your bodyguard. So, round. I will open with our episode with a prayer of the Eclipsan Syncretist, a faith that's practiced in the spiritual Duchy of Wakamal. In the tapestry of the cosmos, we find our place. Beneath the twinkle of ancient stars, wisdom encased. Gazing upon the horizon, a testament to enduring time. Journey through ages, a rhythm, a rhyme. Hearts open wide, embracing souls unseen. A dance with spirits, both gentle and serene. Trees whisper secrets, rocks hold tales untold. Sky and water weave stories, mysteries unfold. Honor bestowed upon the creatures that roam in this vast, interconnected celestial dome. Respect for those who've journeyed beyond our sight, their souls a beacon, guiding us through the night. Stars infinite and bright, pillars of cosmic design, a gateway to realms, both mortal and divine. The veil, delicate yet unyielding, separates now and forever, a bridge to traverse, bond to endeavor. The globe spins with life, a celestial ballet, a symphony of existence, night and day. Together, under the cosmic expanse, we seek dominion, heroes in our time, forging a celestial union. Does prayer resonate in the echoes of the night, hymn to the cosmos, beacon of light? For in the dance of the stars and the earthly embrace, find solace, connection, boundless. And in the
Your
spirit.
poet. Sorry.
Yes. So, the first thing, before we look upon a certain interlude, we need to also touch base with learning about... We did learn about more Duncan of the island nation of Tirn Sigith, but we also have a fourth. An Alexander Eckhart. Who is he?
Give me like 2 minutes, and then I can actually look at my screen and read the important things.
Oh, very well. Then we will focus instead to the final bit of group creation. We did touch a bit on this. The touchstone that these heroes are brought together by fate. There are other things that were discussed between, but that's the best starting point. You can always shift to what your group's purpose is. This is the reason why you're together, why the story is focusing on these four people. So in essence, to quote from the book, you find yourselves working together because of circumstances. Despite being a common trope, it can be somewhat difficult because you don't quite yet have a specific goal other than you are together. But that's part of what this prologue is going to be about, is figuring out what this group is, why they are. And you all work together to figure that particular part out. And is a guide for that, which I'll get to. So, you as a group decide. Now, I'll highlight this because this is this is my understanding. This is a point of Fabula Ultima. Although I have certain parts of the world, and I do control the villains and the threats and the various NPCs in the world, how this all begins, what you want to focus on, what stories you're going to try to chase down, that is largely up to you guys, to all of you. And that story, and the story, the even just the threats you presented with your various countries and realms, rather. That's where I'm going to pull from. I'm going to be pulling from. I'll be pulling from the bestiary that's in the book for a lot of common enemies, but eventually, as you get further and further along, the big threats are going to be stuff that you guys you all have highlighted and said, this is the thing. These are the things that are unique of each of these realms. Okay, well, go to that realm. I know what's there. I know what big problem you have. So, you know your characters, and we'll know more about Alexander in a moment. But these are not the exclusive list, but these are some suggestions. You could all have been traveling aboard the same vessel or transport, part of the same caravan, and you suddenly being attacked. You could be summoned by a figure of authority or great power. We could find you together in the aftermath of a terrible battle where an unknown menace appears. You could be confined, within a prison or dungeon with the threat of being executed tomorrow. Some of you may be here to steal someone or someone precious. The rest hired to protect that very same treasure. Or you all could be people, as we may think, from a variety of countries and organizations to set out to investigate a bizarre phenomenon.
Oh,
What
man, that's a lot
fates
of
do you...
options.
What was that, sorry?
That's a lot of options.
It is. This is your choice, not mine. I just
We could
simply
always
tell
go
the
the-
tale.
We could always do the Bethesda Elder Scrolls classic of all being in prison.
Hey, you're finally awake. all right, you have permission to execute me. I'm kidding.
Nah, you know what? I think I'd rather just die.
We
I
could do
think that one
summon.
could be an opening.
Oh, if you have ideas, please talk.
Oh, sorry, I was just saying I think the classic Elder Scrolls, hey you're awake thing could be fun. Sorry, I'm going to be spotty for the next few minutes. Just got home.
We could do same transport. Admittedly, I do have a transport. We could also do the summons thing from what's it say? Authority?
Or figure of authority or great power.
Mm. You know, if we do the all on the same transport thing, could be kind of fun to like go strangers on a train with this.
That could work.
Can you elaborate on what that is?
Like we're all on a train. We are strangers on a train. And because it's a train and it's like a closed system, we end up having to interact with each other because we're all on a train together.
Bottle episode, go.
I'm spitballing ideas. So
Yeah, I'm down for vehicle or summon. Okay, if I put a gun to your head and I said you had to choose one of the two.
Number 2, I vote vehicle.
Icecum?
Ischem.
Or Ischem. Oh, Ischem. Okay, got it. Cool. Ischem.
Or Duncan, as the character name.
Oh, yes, right. There's a character.
Yes.
Duncan.
Well, more Duncan.
More Duncan, yeah. Your thought?
Actually, I could go with either the vehicle or the summon. Both seem neat for me, and both would make sense for my character.
So, looks like we're going vehicle by the sound of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I have to ask. So the other hitch to it is that you're all part of this transport, and I think a suitable. Correct me if this doesn't make sense for you, but I believe that Zevin Demiriel of Oscara rather, has an old transport as one of her quirks.
Well, yes, indeed. I do have the fastest land transport in all the known world. Or at least that's what I say.
So all aboard this. What is the name of this rapid train along the ancient rails?
How about the Fabula Express?
Huh?
So, this Fabula Express will be suddenly attacked. And that's where we'll be starting off our prologue. The question becomes, why are you all traveling? Who or what is attacking you? What is it they're looking for?
I think the important thing is, where are we traveling from and to, right? Because that'll
Yeah, I
help
think
determine
that's
some of that.
Yeah, I feel like if we know the first two, if we know where we're traveling from and where we're going to, that might answer that.
Okay, switching devices.
Let me just say, perhaps one of the outer towns to the capital.
Of Oscara.
No, from the outer towns of Welcome. That's where you're starting, yes?
Oh, tool. Bigger. Have to zoom in. Pin. Cultist and a religious artifact.
Was that off?
Yeah.
Um,
So it could be somewhere in this either within the Duchy of Wakamal or in this middle area, this sort of neutral area between the Duchy and the Sultanate.
I feel like the middle area could be kind of cool because we're kind of in in the middle of the two with no real direct backup from either. Definitely the
man's
kind
land.
of place to be waylaid.
What does everyone else think?
I'm okay with middle of nowhere. It's a matter of your characters justifying being out there. Because my character is the transport. I need money.
Ooh.
My
Could
character is a
be-
traveling merchant, so I can be pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, because that's what I was gonna suggest. Maybe you're like moving something from Wokamal to Alcazar or vice versa.
Going to the capital of Welcome.
Sure, that works for me.
So you're all headed towards, as part of this train journey between the Sultanate to Castle Highmount, or more precisely, because Castle Highmount's up in the mountains, probably to the Sacred Grove at the Not summit, but the other one. The foot of the mountain.
Base?
The base, yeah.
Quite based.
So, who or what is attacking the train? Is it monsters? Is it someone in particular?
I mean, to me, this sounds like bandit territory.
Yes.
Middle of nowhere, in between two big cities.
Yep.
Put up a decent barricade over the trail or the train line.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And what is it they're looking for?
Drop a tree. Yep.
Oh, that's classic.
Anything of value?
Yeah, maybe something Duncan is transporting.
But if you got anything of value, you better put it in the back.
Very good. So, Scott's at 1 for some reason. That's even 3.
Yeah, I drew 3.
Huh.
I don't know why it gave me 1. Okay, let me. Oh, it went back to. I had it another, and it went back to 1.
2 to you. Oh, it dealt 2 to me. Oh. Give me that.
Well, he's cursed. Is this a reload roll 20 moment?
It might be. Hang on, let me. Oh. Oh goodness, yeah. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, if not, we'll be track them on the individual
Mhm.
sheet.
The big reload button. Yeah. Okay. Loading again.
I'd like to say going in that normally I test the accents for my characters before we hit session 1. This time I'm just freeballing it, so expect me to go through 3 to 10.
And
Hit the abstract art.
Okay. Drawing 3. What the heck? I watched it go from 3 to 1.
Try this.
You might have some kind of
Why do
override
you hate
active.
me so?
Wait, why do you still have 1?
Because
Oh man, you're cursed.
So, somehow you broke the tokens. I don't know how you did that.
You
Girl
broke
curse.
the
Girl curse strikes again.
You broke the Fabula. Can you just not,
that
you just
sounds
not,
about right.
Can you just not drag that token out?
No, it's cursed. It's girl curse.
Here.
Nope, I can't interact with it. I can like hover over it to click on it, but it doesn't do anything.
Try right-clicking on one of these ones
Oh,
that are
there
on
we
the
go. Hang on.
board, and take card.
What?
No?
Oh, hang on. I'm gonna try those up there.
Sorry.
They're disappearing, but I still only have the 1.
All right, let's go curse.
Oh, we'll just
It's cursed. I'm cursed.
Yeah, you can note down how many points you have on your sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
where's
use the honor system.
Oh, 3. It says right there. Perfect. Haha.
this is the graphic
Let's be
way.
honest. I'm gonna spend these things anyways. So
The only reason it's really I want to have the tokens because when people spend them, I'm gonna hang on to how many you've spent this episode because that's one of the ways you get experience is if you've spent Fabula. or I spent
that's
Ultima,
right.
so that's why I'm tracking it that way. So when Scott spends, I just let me know, and I'll just draw into my own hand, so I know. All right. So.
Well, do you want me to introduce Alexander now?
Yes, now that you can, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So, yeah, Alexander Eckerd. He is a Dark Knight of the. He's a follower of the Great Church, who are the guys who conquered / settled Wokmal and established that the duchy. So he's of the same organization, and he is. I mean, basically think paladin, but instead of like happy person with golden armor, it's grumpy person with black armor, and like dark blade powers. Yeah, and also he is a dark elf.
Oh.
Yes. Am I forgetting anything?
You can never tell with all the armor.
Well, I mean, there's ear holes in the sides of his helmet, but yes,
Ah, the Final Fantasy XIV approach.
exactly.
Actually, start with a bang. Oh, music be a little quieter.
So, I
There's
did try to
music
do-
playing.
Yes, there should be.
Go to your audio and video settings and turn up
I'm-
the music volume level.
I have it maxed.
You might have your tab
Uh,
muted then. Or your
Nope.
program muted.
There was a lag. Also,
Yeah,
I'm
I can
hard
hear
of
it.
hearing, so if it's apparently if it is below 40 on the volume level, I just don't hear it.
Yeah, I
That's
discovered that too. It has to be like 60 something.
So, as this, we come upon a train racing across the desert between the neutral territory between the Sultanate and the Duchy. And what does this train look like, Seven, as it's speeding toward a bunch of rocks and heavy stones kind of toppled over the old tracks?
I'd say a nice red color. Not some other such bright, warm color. They've gussied up the outside, so it looks a little more like a normal train, and not like some sort of ancient magic tech that's been unearthed.
Is it like a steam engine with a big smokestack up the front?
Yeah. Really, the front's mostly a facade. The engine runs on an old core. The good stuff.
And there's probably like a single like passenger train caboose area where you can pull people along. So you're probably not inside the engine area of the vehicle, I imagine.
Oh, wouldn't let any of them near my beauty.
So yeah, we'll actually start the first roll with Zevin. Zevin, we see Zevin inside her inside the control room. What does this control room look like?
Partially like a conductor's section of a train engine. There's there's the chair, there's the whistle. There are a number of levers and knobs and buttons and all sorts of things, all labeled in all sorts of different scripts. It's a mess. It's absolute chaos, but she needs to be able to navigate it well enough.
Yeah, you see up ahead, like through your glass and instruments, that there is an obstruction on the rails, and if you don't pull the train to a complete stop, you're at great risk of derailing.
Oh,
Alternatively,
no,
the
that,
more difficult thing is to blow through it, but that's up to you.
No, I'm not risking. I'm not risking my baby, my beauty, my darling, my home, technically.
Your baby, your darling, your ragtime gal.
Yeah, my silly rabbit. I'm kidding. Zevin will immediately I'll pull the horn, and then I'll immediately swap to the emergency brake because otherwise I'm not gonna clear this thing.
Very good.
Grab with both hands and with a creak and like a bunch of like clunk noises, and then as it immediately everything locks up and the entire train lurches. And everyone inside, something's clearly wrong. There was a loud noise coming from the weird wagon, and then the worst noise, and then the lurch.
I will call upon you to do a roll to attempt to stop the train before hitting the obstacle. I'm using the option rule where you designate one of your I'm mixing up terminology. Attributes, skills. What do they call them in this game?
Stats.
Yes, so you can designate one of your stats that you think applies to this, whether it be your might, your dex, your willpower, your insight. What do you think?
Insight to find the right one.
And I'll say a might because you are like hauling on something.
Okay, all right. Give her a roll. And modifier is 0. Uh-oh. How did I roll? Is that... Okay.
You rolled a 3 and a 4.
Oh.
Oh, it shows up in light mode, but not in dark mode. Another game where I'm running it in light mode, folks. Sorry. Because I have to see the dice rolls. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be enough as you... Oh, actually, hold on. This is your train. I'll say it's pretty low, actually. Cheat. Let me get it in front. 10 is usually your ballpark, but there's a lower target number. That makes more sense here. Oh, I thought it was in this cheat sheet. It is not. Game rules. That's why I'm screwing up. Oh, 7 is an easy one. So yes, I consider this fairly easy for you. Normally, you don't have to when you have things that are something that your character can do. Like I would never ask you to do a roll to Zevin to do a roll to control the train on a normal day-by-day thing because it's Zevin's train. She knows how to run it. Whereas this was a roll where it's like you need to do something that's abnormal, something you wouldn't normally have to do with the train to get it to do something. So, but it's pretty easy because you're just getting the thing to stop. You're not doing anything fancy with it. So you are able to screech this thing to the halt. The whole train just makes this loud roaring noise, and it just stops short of these stones that are on the track.
Phew.
And that's when the four of you hear the rapid hoofbeats racing toward the train. And as at this point, all of you are going to roll to perform an initiative roll. Basically, you're all rolling, and we're taking whoever gets the best roll. That will be your side's initiative. The way this game works is that it's good guys have their turn, bad guys have their turn. One of the good guys go, one of the bad guys go. One of the good guys go, one of the bad guys go. It alternates. But which side goes first depends on which side has the highest number.
And what's initiative based on?
There's a button for it.
The button
Yeah,
in your
under
defenses
character sheet.
section.
Stats, I think.
It's under stats.
Yeah. Fair warning, I have a -4 to initiative.
You're
Good luck
probably
with
not
that.
going to be the reason you get a high number.
This armor be heavy, man.
Ow.
16.
Ah.
3.
Holy cow.
Aren't you fancy?
Well, that's why, because it's a D8 and a D10.
Yup.
And Wow, I rolled 1 shy of max. I rolled 2 shy of max.
Grab my stats for these bad guys.
It appears we are acting quickly.
Yep, I can do it. You guys can deal with these.
I see. I am going to be the one that's going to be handling our initiative rolls.
Probably.
And we'll... Oh, oh, they have a number. I don't roll for them. They have a certain number they go on. Yeah, the good guys get to go first. As you see 4
Hooray!
brigands riding up to the train as it's pulled to a stop, and they're getting ready to start boarding and attacking and trying to pillage what they can. For the audience, what is the dice mechanics? So basically everything in this game, they have 4 stats and they have different dice. So depending on how good their particular skills, they'll have a d6, a d8, d10, what have you. And that's how you combine different stats like might plus insight, or insight plus willpower, or willpower plus dexterity, or willpower in some cases, or dex plus dex. Sometimes it's prescribed, it's set like attacking people or initiative, there's a certain thing you do. For something that's a little more vague, most skill checks, in the optional rule I'm using, I set one of the skills they use, and the player sets the other one. And you combine the roll total to your to a total, and that's aiming at a certain target number. That's it in a nutshell. But yes, to the vaunted heroes, you see brigands coming about, and to highlight to you all, the spacing in Fabula Ultima, there is no you move X amount of yards, it's you get where you need to go. Unless there's some special thing that makes the creature unable to be attacked, like they're flying or they're deep underwater, and you're not able to go underwater, then maybe there's something there. But here, you just kind of decide what your character's doing, and then they go there. So, which one of you wishes to act first?
If nobody else wants to, I can go first, seeing as I'm the big scary combat guy.
Sure, give it a whirl.
Go ahead.
Sweet. Yay. Okay. What's the train car look like? Are there like doors on either side? Is it just one door?
I'd say we'll use standard train rules. So like the cabin has 2 doors, one on either side, and then there's like kind of a little hallway that allows you to exit both sides.
Perfect. So the doors are in front and back?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Cool. Got that picture in my head. Yeah. So I guess Alexander will, upon getting thrown forward in the seat and seeing the brigands, I guess he'll get up, draw his sword, and
Stop.
go to.
What does your sword look like? What does your armor look like? As these are precious heirlooms from the Holy Empire.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, the armor is it's called black plate, because the whole thing about the Great Church is they believe that dark steel is a holy metal. So his armor is crafted from that. So black plate, dark steel, whatever you want to call it. It looks very much like the token Nandor character picture, which is it's just like heavy segmented armor. There's basically covers everything. The whole point is to be as defensive and covering as possible. And then the sword is let's see if that's a good. Yes. Okay. So, the sword is a Zweihander, or Zweihanda, if you want to pronounce it properly, which is it's basically a gigantic two-handed sword. Let me. I can draw a picture in the chat. Find a good one. Go with.
I was just looking for that. I'll highlight that these are very obvious. Upon seeing this person, some people wear steel armor. Some people have great swords. The Zweihander is in a class of its own. It looks obviously far more powerful than any great sword any of you have seen outside of the hands of very skilled warriors.
The classic JRPG stupid big sword.
It's not like a Buster Blade. It's like a decent, like, realistic size. It's just a really big size. Okay, here we go. There you go. That's what it looks like in the chat.
All right, Sir Eckhart.
Yeah. So he, so he'll just stride to the front of the car, open the door, and then when the first brigand comes up, he's gonna take a swing at him.
It's like are you swinging like from the? Do you just jump off and charge toward the horse, or do you like wait for him to try to come up to you and then you're kind of
Oh no,
when you get close enough?
I'm standing on the the little balcony thing at the back of the cart.
Yeah.
Or back of cars. He's standing on that, so he's the same height as the guy on the horse, so he can just hit the dude.
The guy's like, he's starting to ride over to you, and you're like, grr.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So your main action is to attack.
Yep.
So your weapon will has a prescribed roll to attack somebody.
Yes. It's might plus dex. I think it's a +1 to accuracy. So I think I just hit this accuracy button on the character sheet. I assume. Boop.
So swinging for 8.
Yep. Damage is well, if it lands, that's 18 damage.
There's that number. Choose target attack. You must know where they are. Can be reached by an attack. Okay.
I think it's against the target's defense gap. At least I know that's what it is for players. Oh, where is that? Their defense score.
Oh, I understand. Okay. I understand how to read the stat block now. Sorry. New game for all of us, so there's a certain thing there. The
Learning curve.
You swing out, and you find he is dexterous enough that he's able to kind of lean back and away from the swing.
Actually, skilled bandits. This is new.
Just barely miss him. But you can, if you want, if it makes sense, better way to put that, you can try, if you think there's a trait that you have that will help you re-roll this, you can spend one of your Ultima points to re-roll your attack.
Oh,
either
okay.
but one die or both dice. You got 3 and 4.
Okay, would that be under
3,
identity? I think. Question mark?
Yeah, so your traits are you're like Your identity, your theme, and where you're from.
Okay. Identity, Guardian of the Countless Realms.
As you are a Dark Knight, so
Mm-hmm.
you believe that's what pushes Sir Eckhart to strike a little more, hopefully strike more truly,
Yes, exactly.
right?
Okay, so I now have
you can
2
reroll the whole
points.
thing, both the 3 and the 4, or you can reroll just the D10 or just the D6.
Oh. Let me look at what numbers roll what. Okay, I will re-roll the D10 because that was the low one.
That you'll have to manual roll with Roll20.
Yeah, I was gonna hit the D10 button. Okay, so that is now
7 and 4.
11.
That does indeed hit.
Fantastic.
18 physical. Freaking thunk.
Uh-huh.
Although wouldn't that make the because it's based on like the high roll.
Oh,
so-
it is.
So it becomes the 7, not
That
the 4.
becomes
That's true.
21.
Ooh, ow. A good solid woof. As he does make the dodge, and you just kind of... He dodges, thinking he's dodged the attack, and you show it's a feint. You're able to kind of whirl it around and smack him straight as he kind of leans back into his saddle.
Mm-hmm. For a big sword, it moves pretty fast if you know how to use it.
Oh, that's his. Struck this guy for... $21 damage. Ow.
How's he looking there, GM?
I do have to tell you if he's in crisis, because that matters.
Fantastic.
But he is... you've hit him, but he is... not too much the worse for wear. He's taken a hit, but you notice that he was able to kind of bring up a bronze shield and kind of thunks into him, and he kind of crumples into his saddle a bit. But he looks like he's gonna... And he actually turns to swing back at you with his brigand's axe.
Fantastic. So, the important thing is, you do need to tell me if his attack is an even number.
Oh, because you have a special ability?
Because I have counterattack. If it's an even number, I can roll to attack back.
I rolled 2d20. I'm cheating. Hold on.
Now I need to go review the wording on that rule, because I don't know which of them needs to be the even number, or if it needs to be the total is even. Where is... If the result of their accuracy check. Okay, cool. So it needs to be the big number.
Yeah, 13 is not even, unfortunately. Oh.
Oh, well. Cool. And-
They do 17 physical damage.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Now, question: where's the hit points? Ah, there it is. Okay. Cool. So current. You said how much damage?
17.
17. Okay. Now it's time to do math. Okay. Cool. Currently at 53.
Oops. Ooh, that's the thing I need to fix. Hold on.
Huh?
What's your max?
My max is 7.
7. What's your max
Oh, I
HP?
only- But yeah, my max HP is 70. 70.
70. Okay. I thought you just
Yeah,
said
not
7.
Not
I'm
7.
like, that sounds incorrect.
Especially for the tank.
I think that hit bar is supposed to be the other way around.
Oh, whoops.
I should have 53 left, not...
Does your armor help you at all?
The armor. I need to go read the stats on it again. Document, where'd I put it? Here it is. It just gives me extra defense.
Okay.
So my defense is at 12 currently because of it.
Oh, really? I only just barely hit you then.
Exactly.
All right then. Turn bounces back to the to the heroes.
You don't mind? I think I would like to go.
Go for it.
Yeah. As Lucius Avantis comes out of his room, his two guards, Vibius and Umbrinius, behind him. Lucius is holding like a spilled glass in his hand, and he says, "Oh, what does the conductor of this train think they're doing? I have half a mind to buy this entire place out and give them what for?" And he walks between the two cars, and just as he's walking between the two cars, he sees like a rider coming up like alongside the train, and he's got his shield on him, and he goes, "Ah!" and holds up the shield, and he is going to guard.
Until the start of your next turn, gain resistance to all damage types, +2 to opposed checks, and you may cover another creature and prevent foes from performing melee attacks against them. Yeah, this brigand's gonna take a swing at you.
Yep.
Oh,
you're kidding.
16.
What?
Oh crap.
You made that noise. You brought it upon yourself.
Oh my gosh!
Just
It's smote.
smoked. How
How
much damage is that?
That is.
I'm trying to find my defense. Under stats? Oh, here it is. Defense. Yeah, that definitely hits. Is that 20?
That is. Wait, I remember the number. That is 20 damage. You have resistance.
Yes. So that's only 10.
Yeah. So that's you guarded yourself at just the right time to kind of bang take the hit, and your knees buckle from the strike, but you were ready for it.
Yep. Oh.
I love and hate Lucius. Yeah. The turn falls to Zevin or more.
I'll go next if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
The door of the cabin slams open as my character walks in, looking more disheveled than normal. Ladies and gents, we've come across a small problem here. Don't worry. If you have any weapons, I'd recommend you pick them up. Oh, you got one of them. Okay. And she'll walk over to the window, calmly like unlatch it, pull it down, and then from her belt pull out a pistol and bang, fire at the window. As I would like to use my ability, my beloved one, sharpshooter. Oh dear, I didn't put that one in. Not a bad time to realize that one of my slots in my sheet is blank. Anyways, I believe it is warning shot. Basically, I'll make an attack with my gun. It hits. If it hits, I do no damage, but I inflict a status effect.
Who are you shooting?
This son gun over here.
Okay.
Let's get him.
Meekson.
Get him.
All right. Get gun.
Hey.
Hey.
Too bad I'm not doing damage.
Yeah, that's a real shame.
I would like to inflict a slow on this one.
Oh.
Pow! Right there, and the guy kind of flinches and and the horse kind of is moving around a little erratically because he flinched between the noise and him flinching. it kind of makes the horse kind of move around in a weird way. So he's kind of dancing the horse around to get it back under control a little bit. So he can still do stuff, but now he's fighting the horse as much as he is fighting you guys, really. And he will ride up to the one who fired that warning shot and try to slice up at you.
Seven, please tell me that it's an error that you only have 10 hit points.
That is my inventory points.
Okay, I'm reading colors wrong.
Yeah, I've adjusted mine to be in line with what Seven's doing, which is green for HP, blue for MP, and red for inventory.
Okay, well, I will do that then.
Yeah, you don't have to use red if you don't want to. I use red. Red's my habit. As long as
just
we all know.
order they are on the sheet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, their attack does not seem to be one based on their dexterity. 13 as he swings up at Zevran.
Alright, how do I check to see if I hit? My defense is 9.
Sadly hits you for
roll.
17.
Right. Here we go.
Damn you and your pistol! He yells at you as he smacks you with his brigand axe. Give it here! Shouting his epithets and curses, and some to Zevin and some to his horse. What is more Duncan up to?
Cursing, partly. And
Same.
Moore will pull a crossbow off of her pack, knock a bolt, and try to hit the one that was presently attacking Lucius, because he is closest.
And he is a weenie.
Sure. So I think I have to go there to here. Yes. So do I just click on accuracy to try to roll the attack?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Don't know if that hits.
That does hit.
Oh. Hooray! 16 damage then.
Ow.
I rolled back.
Hey.
Fire a bolt into him. He looks very not pleased with the hit. Oh man, that status just stays with that guy.
Wait, is it permanent? He's
You're-
slow forever now until he's dead?
There's ways to get rid of status effects, but yeah, until they do something to get rid of it, I think it just stays on them.
Goodness.
The ex-brigand, the last brigand, rides up and kind of jumps up onto the train, starts hopping through it and running by, and hears the yelp of his friend and sees the crossbow woman who had shot him, and he runs over and. Grr!
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Oh god, 15.
Oh shit. Yeah, that hits.
20
I only have a
damage.
defense of 9. I'm a
20
merchant.
damage?
20?
Yep.
So,
Oops, sorry.
yeah, I can't edit my token for some reason. Um,
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in crisis.
I think you're in crisis now.
yeah,
As you've gone below your halfway point.
Oh
that makes
gosh.
sense. So what
Oh,
happens
boy.
when I'm in crisis? Beyond not wanting to be here, because that's already the case.
I want to go home now.
I want to go home now.
Where's the crisis thing? Hang on.
Yeah, recovery status effects, you have to either rest or a specific spell or something, so status just sticks with you.
Oh,
uh,
where is the where did I? There it is. That's where I put the core book. There we are.
certain abilities fire when you're in crisis mode. But the other part of it is that crisis is obvious to your opponents. Until you hit crisis, they just know they hit you and you hurt. They don't know precisely how bad you are, but at crisis, they know you're at least half or lower.
Okay.
So they're aware that they're all aware that you're very badly hurt. And it's obvious to your friends too. Allies know when you're in crisis. They know, everyone knows you're in trouble right
I gotta finish this quickly.
now.
Or just leave and go beat up the other guy.
So yeah, the bad guys have all done their turn. Everyone's taking a turn. Therefore, it falls back to you guys in the new round.
I actually have an idea.
Okay.
Big guy, you over there, finish up what you're doing and help me. And Lucius is going to use during a conflict, I spend my action and spend 10 MP to choose an ally that can hear me. That ally may immediately perform a free attack with a weapon they have equipped. You gain a bonus equal to my ranks in this skill, which is only 1, to the accuracy check. The only problem is your high roll is 0.
Well, I mean,
So you
that's not
only
the
get
worst
the
thing.
you only get the damage bonus.
Only 14.
Yeah. So I spend 10 MP, and you immediately get to make an attack.
Fantastic. I will hit the button then. And that's plus 1 extra, so that's plus. That's 13 to hit.
Who
I'm
are
sorry.
you trying to bat in the face?
Well, I'm going to bat the guy in front of me in the face.
Help me! And you're trying to kill the guy in front of you so you can free yourself
Yeah, well,
up
you
so you
said
can come over.
finish up over there so you can help me.
You smack him, and crack! His shield cracks, and he starts tumbling out of the saddle a bit. He kind of has to hop over to where you are, because he basically practically falls out of the saddle as he has fallen into crisis.
Excellent. Okay.
That was my charging cavalry.
Bad guy who is fighting you, Lucius, notices that you've dropped your guard, and then he jumps over to the train and tries to baff you over the head with his axe.
Who's getting? Oh, Lucius.
Oh, that just hits.
Oh no.
18.
18. You know what? Because I don't want to enter crisis, I'm gonna actually use a thing as one of my 2 assistants does. Oh, actually, wait a second. Guard is yeah. Okay. They're going to say, "Be careful," and one of them is going to tackle me to the ground. You know, get down, Mr. President style. And I still take some, but I only take half of it, so that becomes 9 damage. Assuming that's 18 damage. Is that
It's
right?
18, yeah.
Yeah, so that becomes 9 damage. I'm not quite in crisis yet, but ow! As the sort of armored guy just leaps out and tackles me to the ground.
The guy on the floor.
That would be Umbrenius.
Oh, the other guy.
Yeah, not that guy, the other guy.
Yeah.
As one of your bodyguards leaps to your rescue.
And now I have to roll a d6. Oh, you're kidding me.
Ah! Oof.
That's more than half of their exhaustion just right there. Wow.
What's the total exhaustion?
10.
Oh,
If it goes over 10, it stops working.
Yep.
10 or over
for until he gets them back, right?
at
Yeah.
the end of the session.
End of the session, I get to roll another d6, and they get that much back. Oof.
Very good. Falls to the good guys. Our heroes.
Cool. Okay.
Alexander.
I can go next and hopefully finish off the man in front of me, so I can. Gosh, 2 of them are getting beat up. I don't know who's in worse shape. Oh, that's a lie. Actually, one of them's in crisis. Yeah. Let's beat the dude up in front of me and finish this. Okay. All right. Ooh, actually, hang on. I might have to think this. His shield is already destroyed. Does he have armor?
Believe so.
Okay.
Put his numbers in front of me.
Oh, he big. Oh, Lord, he big.
Oh. Mostly his shield. His shield's still there. It's
Okay.
just cracked.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
he's in
would-
travel garb and bearing a bronze shield.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. In that case. Do I? Oh no. Didn't. Okay. This is fine. We're great. We're cool. Everything's great. Okay. I'm gonna stab the guy, or I guess slash the guy because you don't really stab with it. It's Spyhander. Okay. And here we go. Ow. You know,
You could Fabula point it again.
that's the plan. But I rolled a 4 and a 1.
Well, I think you can reroll both.
Can I reroll both?
Yep, you
Yeah.
can reroll one or both.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll just reroll both then. Spending another Fabula point. We're burning these things quick.
Hey, they're there to be used.
Yeah.
And
Don't
under the
worry,
auspices
guys.
of duty, I believe. Yeah. Oh, not duty.
Yeah.
Guardian. Sorry,
Yep.
or guardian of the realms.
Yep. My job is to beat up the bad guys, and there be bad guys to beat up. Here we go. For Pete's sake!
Yeah, you find yourself you're sort of clattering against the walls of the train because Zweihander is very much a battlefield weapon, not a close quarter indoor weapon. You're skilled enough to usually get around it, but in the heat of the moment, you kind of clatter into stuff around you.
Accidentally cut the top off of one of the car seats. Yeah.
My train!
They can worry about that after we are not dead.
Rah! This guy screams in your face as he thinks he has an opening to exploit to its fullest. He does not
Okay.
want the Zweihander to connect as hard as it did, because that hurt a lot.
Okay. So this is where I remind my teammates that you can spend inventory points to get yourself a healing potion.
That's a thing I can do.
Yes, it's a thing both of
Oh.
you can do, and it heals like 50 health points. It's great.
10 to hit you.
That does not hit.
Oh, and does it still proc your counterattack?
It does, in fact, proc the counterattack.
The axe comes in, it clangs against the armor, and his arms shake from the impact, and you just step into that gap that he's left.
Yeah, okay, hang on. Let me read the ability. If it hits or misses with a melee attack, the result is is an even number. I can perform a free attack. The attack must be melee, must have the enemy as its only target. The high roll is 0 when calculating damage.
Very good.
Okay. Cool. And we hit this assault. Where was that last round?
That bloody well hit.
Oh,
So I mean, it's just 14. It's just the 14 physical damage, which is
Still
a shame
alive.
because that's a 9. But
oh, because the counterattack only gives you an HR of 0.
Right.
yeah, HR count is 0, which is why it pays to have a big honkin' Zweihander.
Hmm.
Grrr, you kind of half sword the blade and kind of jam it into his shoulder. And you kind of drive him back away from you to kind of give yourself space, and he yelps in pain. Falls to 7 or more, Duncan. Or more, I should say. Sorry, 7 Demiro.
I would like to heal myself, if that is okay. Is that good?
I have no complaints.
Cool. Then
Yeah.
I shall spend inventory points to produce a potion.
Reach into your bag and pull out this red bottle.
Yes, which I then will drink if I can.
Yep, that is your action. You're using you're reaching into your inventory. You've used 3 of your inventory, and you recover 30 HP.
Cool.
Sorry, 50 HP, 50, which maxes you out anyway.
Yeah.
Your strongest potions.
Not in Crisis anymore, as you drink the fluid. And actually, I'll ask our fine heroes, as you are the crafters of the countless realms. How do potions work here? Is it a magical? Is there some magical light, or is it just a very potent bit of science and alchemy? How does it present itself in this world?
I'd leave that to Moore and 7, because they're the ones that are going to mainly be dealing in potions and alchemy.
Zevin personally uses concentrated capsules they fire with their pistol.
In my case, they'd be basically a magic infused mix of herb extracts rather.
So this very bitter taste. You kind of have to choke down at first, but then all of a sudden your wounds stop bleeding and you feel the pain starts going away.
Yep.
Very good. Bad guy in front of you sees you drink the potion. They have potions. Get them. Swings at you.
No.
Oh no!
Give those to me
No.
now. Grr. 13.
Hits.
What?
Take 19 damage.
Oh no!
Oh god, I'm back
where
at
we
crisis.
started.
Are you back?
Ends.
Well, you're not at 0 though, so there's that at least.
Yep.
One of us needs to take healing magic.
Jeez.
I should be at 9 inventory points, not 12.
There you go. Zevin DeMero.
All right, a time for me to get a little creative. I think it is time for me to. I was hoping I wouldn't need to finalize this on my sheet, but if I must use the alchemy, it is sealed on my sheet now. Alchemy basic. Rolled 2d20, assign one to target, one to effect, discard remaining dice. Okay. Let me pull up the table for this.
Sure.
It'll take 1 second. Because it is buried in this, and I can't put it on my sheet.
The alchemy table might be a good thing to
Yes.
to get as a handout.
Yeah, I'll grab that.
Because there's the target roll and then the effect roll.
Yes. I spend 3 IP, which I shall reduce now. And then I roll 2d20. Okay, I got 1. And then a 15. Well, I got it. I will spend my 1 using the anything to recover 30 hit points, and my 15 goes to you and every ally present on the scene. Enjoy your heal.
Oh, we all got
we all
healed.
just come
Hey!
back again?
Yep.
Cool.
You just on the spot craft this capsule together and then fire it into the floor or something, or?
It's 3 separate shots. Well, yes.
I'm sorry, did you just shoot us
Yes.
to heal us?
Yes, it stings. You'll be fine.
What did...
Oh! I feel like all 3 of us should just go like in sequence. Ow! Ow!
I was like, oh, the clang.
It's like they have guns. Oh wait, that helped us. Never mind. Oh, you're ahead of me. Yep, I'm gonna pin those for you. 'Cause I get the feeling you're gonna use those multiple times.
Yep. They're very useful.
Quite possibly.
And that's everyone, so I will. More, you can reset your hit points.
I cannot actually.
Okay, I'll
Oh.
do that.
Oh,
The
you
end
should
got
be
it.
able to. Weird.
Like, I can do it.
Jokers.
Great start to a game. We have 2 separate curses going on.
Oh,
Heal
now it
bullets so that-
worked. It was not working before, but now it is working. Great.
Give me some of that magical healing. And he smacks at you, trying to knock out Zevin to steal your gun from you. Not realizing that he needs some skill in alchemy to actually do what you just did. But, you know, one doesn't go into brigandry because you're clever. 12.
I believe that hits. Yes, it hits.
20.
Oh God.
It's
Oh,
like,
good thing you
and
just
he's
healed.
he's not hitting by getting like 2 mid numbers. He's like constantly hitting by rolling like a 10.
Turn returns to our heroes in the 3rd round as the battle rages.
Okay.
I will tell you at this point, you recognize that there doesn't seem to be any reinforcements on the way. This seems to be the entirety of their force.
Oh, fantastic. I mean, if we want, I can go again and just try to finish this guy off.
Please.
Okay. The hitting fist's a sword. Alright. Pretty pleased with cherry on top. Ooh! I'll take that.
That hits.
Fantastic. 20 damage.
And He is defeated, and as unlike heroes, NPCs do not decide their fate when they're defeated. You do, as the one who defeated them. They could be captured, forced to flee, knocked unconscious, slain. It is up to you.
Knock him from the train. Knock him from the train.
I mean, Alexander, the character, wants to just kill the dude because he's a no-good brigand. I don't know if anybody else has objections to that.
It'll be a pain to clean out of the carpet.
Oh, this kind of party, huh?
Okay. In that case, he will hit him, because he already shoved him back a little bit, so he stabbed him backwards, and he'll follow up with an underhand that just, like, fully backflips him over the railing unconscious onto the ground. Like, outside the car.
Thwack and thud into the ground he goes.
Alright. Which of you needs the most help?
You look over and see more Duncan is, not looking too good at the moment.
Alright, on to me.
The one that was fighting more Duncan
Flank,
sees
flank,
that you've come over and turns and swings his axe at you.
Yes. Good, good. Aggro on the tank.
7.
Ha! No. Blocked.
Ping! Unfortunately for you, you find he's hit it in a weird angle that you have to bring your sword up to kind of force him to hit you in your armor, so you can't really counterattack him.
That's alright.
Turn falls back to the heroes.
I think I'll go next.
7.
Yes, I will whirl around and fire at this one here with my pistol. For damage this time.
Bang!
Ooh, maxed out again.
Not max damage, but pretty good.
And what kind of round is slamming into him? Is it like a big ball of energy? Is it like a heavy ball of steel?
Oh yeah, it's just steel, but luckily in this world, bullets only do minor impact damage. Not required to do otherwise.
As it kind of slams to his shoulder, he kind of he groans, and you hear something give in that arm, and you notice that he kind of has to. His shield arm kind of slacks a little bit as he seems to be in crisis.
Oi! Get your dirty boots off my train!
Hey, stop shooting my friend! 11
That hits.
or 16.
Ooh.
Ugh.
That's crisis for me too.
Oh no.
As he slashes into your back, and wow, that really hurts. Falls to the heroes.
Which I think is me. I think I'm the only.
Stab it.
Oh wait, no,
Duncan
Duncan
hasn't gone
also.
yet.
Yeah.
More Duncan, rather.
But you can go first if you want to. I don't mind.
Stab him in the ankles. Get him.
What do I? And he just sort of takes this spear that he's got on his back, and he just starts wildly poking in front of him. Stay away! Stay away!
Oh, for the love of all, of the great church.
Okay. Time to make my first attack roll. Hang on. Gotta find it. Where is it? Where's my thing? Ah, here it is.
Yeah, I spent 2 power items. My bad.
Proceed. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything.
Nine, you say?
To shreds, you say?
9 hit him? Does it indeed?
I don't.
It does. You stab him with your spear, and he kind of groans and kind of swipes, and he returns the attack in a desperate swipe to try to get you off him. Still standing, especially with just enough energy to keep. He looks really mad. 14.
That's
18 damage.
18 damage. I'll take.
More Duncan.
Okay, so then
The guy's the guy's back is to you because he's currently facing me. If that helps.
Yeah, he's focusing on Eckert right now as the bigger threat.
that's good.
Oh, you're not in crisis anymore. I'm sorry, I should take that marker off you.
In that case, I'm gonna swap my crossbow for my staff because melee. I don't want to risk accidentally hitting my ally.
I appreciate that.
And
I will note that is an action to swap.
all right, then that's my turn, I guess, because I will swap.
I imagine you, as part of it, you probably like get some distance as you're swapping your weapons around.
Yeah.
Round ends, and because you guys won the initiative initially, the new round starts with the hero party.
Hooray! I would like to continue to attack the gentleman in front of me, if that's alright with everyone else.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Finish him.
Well, I don't think I can one-shot him. He hasn't taken any damage.
A good point.
But yeah, we'll do the damage. Okay. Boop.
That definitely hits him.
Fantastic. That would be 23 physical damage.
Bam! You slam into him, and he's able to kind of take his shield and kind of take some of the hit a bit, but it definitely drives him into his back foot. Leaves it makes a loud clang noise as you dent into the bronze shield, and he kind of has to work his arm, and then he swings back at you.
Oh, important thing. The sword is also made of dark steel.
As it seems all light is absorbed by it.
Mm-hmm.
10. That's
A
unfortunate.
miss and an even number. Okay, and here we go. Well, that doesn't hit. Can I re-roll counterattack? Is that a thing I can do?
Reroll dice during a check.
Fantastic.
Would
Okay.
you spend your last Fabula point?
Yep. All the Fabula points on this combat. It's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to re-roll the d10 because that was a 1. Okay,
Oh.
so that's 3 plus 3 is 6.
6 is sadly not enough.
Oh well. Worth a try.
That was in response to him attacking. Falls to the heroes.
How about the little lordling goes next?
Lucis.
Yeah, stab.
Okay.
Needles.
Oh,
Finish him
yeah.
off.
I
me.
volunteer you.
Wondrous. I guess I'm gonna continue attacking. Because wait, that worked? That worked.
Oh. That hit all right.
Oh, jeez.
He is defeated. How?
As he's-
What is his fate?
As Lucius just sweeps his legs out from under him with the shield, he just goes like top over tea kettle and just clonk against the floor.
Did you knock him out?
Yep.
Very good.
Wait. Oh. Ooh. That was fun. That was exhilarating. He just looks down at his spear, looks around.
Well, this fight went very badly for you, bandits.
They aren't quite done yet. Alexander says in the middle of a duel with another one.
Oh yeah, his friend's still there. So yeah, this guy will try to swing at Zevin to try to clear the way so he can rush to his friend's aid.
Oh no, Seven.
Rothgard, no! Get out of my way, you! Grr! 11 to hit.
That hits. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
16.
It's just enough.
Oh
You-
no!
You may either surrender or sacrifice.
I'm not killing my character yet.
Kills the character in the prologue.
I surrender. This is working. I surrendered. As I'm guessing, I'm gonna go. Well, let's see for surrender rules.
89. So you surrendered. I cannot kill you. That's the thing about Fabula Ultima. I can't kill the player characters unless they activate their sacrificing the character for some great cause or for some particular thing. Otherwise, they surrender and something bad happens to the character they're out of the fight, but they're not dead.
And you get 2 Fabula points.
That's true. You get 2 Fabula points for being defeated. For surrendering, sorry.
Yay!
So
I'll figure out how to spend them eventually. Thank you.
just grab those from me. Thank you. Permanent or equivalent injury should be avoided, yeah. He will.
May I?
He when he strikes at you, he swings, and just sort of out of like a desperate instinct to save yourself, like from the killing blow, you're able to bring up your pistol to kind of block the hit, and you hear it crack, and then you hear a very worrying hiss from it as it poof flares in your face, and you are knocked to the ground unconscious with your gun very badly damaged. It is not permanently broken. It is something you'll just need to fix in the next when you get a time to rest. You just need to spend time to repair your pistol. But that is the end. Oh, sorry. There are still heroes with the turn left. More Duncan.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a thing. One moment. I need to refresh my memory on it. Okay. So I spend 4 inventory points,
Okay.
and I get to roll 3d20s.
Oh, you're doing it too. Cool.
1, 2, and 3. So that gives me 1, 7, or 18. Okay. So every enemy present in the scene suffers 20 fire damage.
Ooh.
I basically
Oh, that's nasty.
pull together a couple of bombs and toss them at the 2 remaining enemies.
The one next to Eckhart, he just turns and he kind of he almost crumples to the ground as his armor, as his shield is all kinds of battered. Bits of his traveling garb are all worn away from the blast as he is now in crisis. And little did this guy know in the back that when he knocked over Zevin, he made himself a clear target for the second bomb and got baffed straight in the face. He's not in crisis, but he's able to kind of duck away from the explosion while he's outside, but that did spook the hell out of him, and he's a lot more wary about how he's going to hold himself in the fight to come, as he's still also fighting his horse. The turn goes to the heroes once more. Zevin is
And
down.
I will yell, "There's more there where that came from."
Oh man, if we're in a JRPG, we have to determine like our 5 common sound bites that play every time we do a thing.
I think I just hit on one of mine.
There's more where that came from.
I think that enemy got the point.
Oh, please no.
If you do that, I will throw you out the train.
While it's moving, no less.
Yep. Oh, we discussed that.
Dear heroes, the battle continues.
Yes.
Eckhart.
Do you want me to do the thing again?
If you want to go
Me?
first, yeah.
I'll go ahead. Hang on. Okay. All right. We are doing a stabbing. Pretty please with cherry on top. I think that hits.
That definitely hits.
Fantastic. That will be 21 physical damage.
Your target is defeated. What is his fate?
Excellent. Let's see. So while he's still reeling from the bomb blast, Alexander just hits him with the pommel and knocks him unconscious.
Blop.
Okay, only one left. On the horse over there.
Yeah.
All right. Stop.
Rides away from you, fleeing from the battle.
Alexander will resheath his sword on his back and then realize there's an unconscious person next to him.
I will rush over to 7. Is there a way to treat her injury?
At the start of the next scene, the player character regains consciousness and recovers an amount of hit points equal to their crisis score.
Oh, okay, good. Cool.
Devin, you come back around.
Oh, my head.
Oh, does everyone do that, or just unconscious people?
Just unconscious people.
Okay, cool.
They feel something like I spit out a bit of shrapnel. Ugh. All right, everyone, where are they? I'll kick their kneecaps.
Well, the one that hit you is riding away towards the sunset, and the other 3 are currently unconscious on the floor.
How dare you?
Or the ground is.
And then
uh,
I'll kick them lightly.
Dunk.
This is most certainly not the ride I paid for.
I didn't expect to find a rock in the middle of the road.
Yes, a common tactic, this bandage ambushes.
How do we clear the rock?
Nah,
I believe that's probably going to be a mic check.
You
of
look
some kind.
strong. Can you
And
lift it?
he Lucius looks to Vibius and Umbrenius and says, "You two, clear the rock."
I will go help visit rocks.
To which the rock is presumably comically oversized and more than two people can lift.
They seem to be stones about big around as a man's chest, but they seem to have incredible weight to them, more than their size would belie.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I will examine them, I guess.
You will what again? Sorry.
Like, is there a way that I could, like, examine them or?
Oh, examine the rocks, you mean?
Yes, because I've heard of it.
What stat do you propose?
One moment. I need to scroll way the heck up so that I can take a look at the names of them. Probably insight.
I will also say insight.
Okay. Then I need to go to the other page where there's the roller.
I'll note that there is a certain amount of time where that guy might find people to come get you if you guys don't get this train moving.
Ooh.
Do I want to spend a trade point? Yes, I do. So, question for you. What is SL times 2?
Skill level.
Skill level.
Oh, perfect. Okay. So I get a +2 to this. 10.
You recognize these as a type of magical stone that is more meant for mining and construction work and boats. They're magical lodestones. You would speak a command word that would force the stone to kind of bury it, to give it full magical. It would basically a magic that enhances the weight of the rock tenfold. That's why Lucius's bodyguards are unable to really move these rocks. They're struggling to.
Can I try to cycle through some common lodestone command words to remove the weight?
I would say you'd be able to do so, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll list off a bunch of command words until I hit on the right one.
Trying to guess the
I'll
password by
note
guessing
to
everything.
Lucius and everyone else, I'm just saying nonsense. Probably. Lift. Weightless. Lighter?
That lighter is the one that works, and due to the quirk of Lucius's personal bodyguards, they're able now with them at regular lift, they're able to kind of just pull them up and haul them off the track.
Yeah, I'm mainly gonna use them for like to flavor some things, but
Yeah, it makes sense.
As a question, are they worth much?
The stones themselves, yeah, they're not the most expensive magical item in the countless realms, but they're worth something.
Are we putting them on the
You
train?
know, they're worth something. We could bring them with us and sell them when we get to the capital. I will point out to everyone present.
We don't want to bring that thing on my train. You know what? I have damages to pay for. Sure. Just give me a cut,
Sure.
please. Thank you.
Find
Okay,
yourself
so
the
you'll
possession
avoid
of
us
3
and
magical
trains and
lodestones.
Nice. Free goods. 100% profit. It's my favorite kind of profit.
The best kind of profit.
Free profits.
Now that my character has gathered the pieces of her shattered firearm and has inspected the mysterious burn stains all over the carpet here.
Wonder where those came from.
Frankly, I don't know. That's what
Oh, yeah.
scares me.
As you pass Lucius's cabin, there's also some spilled juice on the floor.
Ooh, that's even worse.
That's gonna stay.
It's gonna stay.
I am pretending not to know anything about the burn marks.
And it's one of those moments that only unconscious people and blackout drunks can think. Did I do that?
How
Yeah.
big was my pistol explosion?
Did I do
Yeah,
that? No.
Yeah, it's the things that only blackout drunks and Steve Urkel can say.
Did I do
Right.
that?
Good trader can
Anyway.
hear profit on.
The road is clear. Is my train working?
You check the dials, and yeah, they never got a chance to get at the controls, thankfully.
Yeah. And you were able to pull it to a stop.
Yep. And you realize once you overhear what the magical lodestones are, yeah, if you hit those things, your train would have taken some serious damage.
You ever see a train do a front flip?
You ever want to see a train with the caboose in front of the engine?
Yeah.
No, you
Making a
don't.
pretty little arch.
Did you see the train? They flipped it.
No, it's just some martial artist who suplexed it.
Suplex the ghost train.
All right, all aboard then.
Yeah, give me guy back
Should we
on
move
here.
these two off the train? I mean, up till now it's been self-defense, but if we take them away from here, it might be kidnapping.
Yeah, let's just.
Or citizen's arrest.
Yeah,
Is there a government here?
no, this is the lawless no man's land.
There's villages out here.
Hmm.
At the very least, we should take the weapons so they cannot harm anyone else.
I don't mind if I do.
I will grab the weapon of the one closest to me, I guess.
There are 3 people with weapons, and they all have. If you wish to write down what they are, they have brigand axes. These are very. These are not the finely stamped and forged weapons found in towns and castles and cities. These are the kind of thing that someone out in the wild kind of bangs together at their camp, and it'll do the job. It's a might plus might, HR plus 10 weapon. Also, kind of intimidating looking, just because, but not very intimidating looking if you're out in the wild somewhere. But in front of a proper guardsman, it's not really that scary. Guardsman weapons look a lot scarier, and I am sure Zevin has seen far scarier things than axes.
Cheap metal. I can melt it down.
As you disarm these brigands, what do you do with them?
I say we leave them outside. Their body will find them
Concur.
eventually.
Yeah, that's my vote as well.
All right, let's do it.
You're easily able to carry them off train, and lead them by the side of the tracks.
I'll leave one of them with a note saying the words, "Nice try, losers."
Fantastic.
No notes.
One note.
Well,
one
yes.
specific note, actually.
One specific note. Nice try, losers.
All right, now it's all aboard.
You activate your engine and continue your way on the rails.
Yes.
The engine roars to life. The wheels begin to slowly turn faster and faster, and you begin rolling, racing across the desert. These three laying in the... who will find themselves kind of coming to after you leave and kind of... Damn. We almost had him. He's not going to be happy about this. Well... you have to get out of this desert first. Yeah. Where'd Tom go? Meanwhile, back on the train.
Alexander, because he hit shields multiple times with his sword, has pulled out a whetstone and is currently sharpening the edge again.
Right. Pulled them into higher gear should get you into town faster than normal. I say, looking at big, dark, and scary over there in his full armor.
Just gonna
Sharpening the
nod.
whetstone menacingly.
Without looking up, he's just gonna nod its approval and just keep sharpening the sword.
So what is... Okay. Talking to myself.
Okay. Oh, Alexander has removed his helmet, by the way, so you can see his you can see his face. It's not as terrifying because he has to see what he's doing while he's sharpening the thing.
Ah.
And I will highlight that Dark Elves, and correct me if I'm wrong, Eckhart, but I imagine the Dark Elves are, the Shadow Elves, I should say, come from are not something that are known in this part of the Countless Realms. They're from the Holy Empire.
Yeah. Alexander has not encountered any others on his time in the Countless Realms.
Well, you are creepy, but strong.
Just gonna look up. Pass. You think I am scary? Why? Is the color black? Is that what you're scared of? Is that why you wear such a colorful costume?
How dare you? These are the robes of one who, and he does a slight flourish, gallantly presents himself before the adoring public.
Oh,
All
so
right,
you don't
little
work.
lordling.
So you don't work for a living. Understood.
And we look at him expectingly to try to correct us on what his job title is.
Same.
I am Lucius Avantus, scion of the House of Avantus of the noble Republic of Coriostellum. And you will treat me with the due deference that I am rightly due.
Query for Eckhart and Duncan.
Uh-huh.
What are the opinions of your home realms about the noble Republic?
Oh, that's a good question. Do they mine or possess Darksteel?
They do not. They mainly mine marble, but I did say that Coriastellum, is on decent, at least on their end, is on decently good terms with Wokomal as a as like that there is some trade, like overland trade, given that they're relatively close to each other, but also separated by big mountains.
So here's the thing. Eckhart is not from Wokemal. He's from the guys that founded current Wokemal.
Hmm.
Hang on, I'm reading the summary Corby sent me.
So he's from like across the ocean, I'm guessing.
Basically, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at Corby here for the geography. I don't know which direction they're in.
Other to the far west.
Far west, yeah. Off to the west. Well, they're basically Crusader Europe, versus the Roman Empire. Let's see.
This can't possibly end terribly.
No, not at all.
Certainly not.
Oh, okay, hang on. Because yeah, this makes sense. And we're just gonna snort and go, just squabbling bureaucrats. This makes more sense now.
Okay, Bio. Sure. Say Lucius.
And as he sort of turns around and sort of starts grumbling off, my education is worth more zenith than either of you have likely seen in your entire lives. And he just shuts himself up in his room to mope.
To sulk.
To sulk.
What is in the mind of Moore Duncan and how the Tyrian Zigguth Island nation views this so-called noble republic?
Kieranski is it's essentially a nation of, how to put it, what's the phrase? Come on, brain. Martial clans. So they're not super fond of bureaucracy. They're more confused by it than anything. Like, why not just have a strong leader? Is their point of view on it.
Well, I will note to you, good Moore of the Clan Duncan, that there are rumors on the wind that perhaps a strong leader will rise to unite the noble republic. So those are rumors you've heard from across the
That's
countless
a
realms.
flowery way to describe a coup.
Yeah. And Moore herself is interested in it from a curiosity standpoint. Like, I'd like to go see how it works before I pass judgment. I mean, it's weird, but whatever. Lots of stuff is weird.
What do the four of you do as the train lumbers forward across the desert to... I would likely say that, Zevin, given the speed of your train, each hex here usually is a day by foot, but you'll basically get to the nearest village stop point with it by the end of the night. Like, by the end of the day, you'll be able to get there.
Would be very nice. So, shall I describe train plane to stop, or shall you? Oh, dearest, most powerful GM.
Oh,
voice
feel
of the
free to
sky.
describe.
No, I don't know if they've got a formal station or if it's just, there's the rails outside of town. It gets kind of close, and I can just slide it smoothly this time to a stop. Is there any sort of platform, or are we just getting off into the underground?
It's probably like if you've ever seen old rural train stations where there's a platform and like a sign. But whatever this once was, this is a wreck and ruin. The rails are fine. And actually, I would ask, is this actually? I will correct myself, as you are the one who knows more of the Sultanate. Does the Sultanate use these rails much between Walkamal and itself, or is this left to its own devices, or do they not trade that way? Do they travel? Because the duchy is a landlocked region. It doesn't have a way to get to it by water.
Any platforms are small and likely meant for, as we get farther away from the capital, those stations get smaller and smaller. Like, why would you trade out this direction very much?
So very nominal repairs that are done by people who use the trains, basically. So
Yeah.
It doesn't look very fancy, and the villagers don't know how to maintain these things very well. So it's a bit of a walk from the platform, yeah.
We can leave this here. Don't mind itself.
You are not worried that somebody will come along and take the train?
Well, they need to start it.
Is that a hard procedure?
I'd like to see you try.
Alexander's just gonna shrug and just start walking towards town.
I suppose some fresh air will do me some good. And Lucius departs with his bodyguards.
I wonder if anyone in town needs anything.
As you approach the town and make your way, you notice this is it is a town, a small mining village, a place for, you can see the mountains looming off on the horizon, in the low hills, and this seems to be the area that's a little further down near a river, and they're kind of settled around here there's a few shops, the odd house here or there. But as it is not a place that is benefiting from the protection of the duchy or the sultanate, it is a village that is, they do build their houses of stone, but it is definitely of a make that suggests that they are ready to rebuild. But you will notice that the town does not seem to be ransacked by brigands or any such. See smoke rising from book fires and whatnot. And eventually, as you get closer and closer, you see villagers milling around.
Is this a pit stop, or are we like stopping here for the night?
It's a pit stop. It's because you'll. This is a chance to get some rest before the train carries on to its next destination. Because the nearest place isn't for another. The next stop that's actually in a settlement is to about 3 days away.
FF62, I assume. That like walled settlement tile.
Yep.
Right there.
Actually, it should have a marker on it. There.
Oh, it's a big city.
The Great Walled City.
Well, I'm assuming that's our actual end destination then.
Yeah, that's more true. Yeah, because Castle Highmount is the capital, but if you were trying to, but it's high up in the mountains. It's hard to get to. That's where the Duke is. But getting to this city, actually, I'll correct myself. This city is probably the one and only reason the Sultanate would ever bother maintaining these tracks. Whether or not they trade with Guacamal, this city is actually kind of its own free city. It's not loyal to the duchy, but it's not loyal. It's too far away from the Sultanate to care, and it's the last bastion of those who fought against the conquering Dark Knight, the first Duke of Guacamal.
Oh, that's gonna be awkward when I walk into town. Anyways, worry about that bridge when we get to it. Cool. So we're stopping, stretching your legs, the whole road trip thing where you like stop at a gas station.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay.
Can I punch Lucius in the face yet? Get in line. You have fans, Lucius.
You're making your character correctly.
So, what, pray tell, dear heroes, do you do in this small?
Can I partake in commerce?
Perform a little capitalism.
Yeah,
As a treat.
by taking advantage of the winds of trade.
You are indeed a merchant.
Yes.
I have a question for you, dear merchant. A few, in fact.
Hmm?
Who introduced you to the art of commerce? Is it a family business of some sort?
No, actually, it was an elderly merchant who took me in after I was cast out in the clan.
Does your character believe this world would be better without money?
No.
What do they love about commerce? And what do they despise about it?
Commerce is a means to an end. And so I love that it gives me a means to gather the resources that I need to achieve my ends. On the downside, I very much dislike all of the record keeping and paperwork and ledgers.
Do you have a business rival?
I hope to grow large enough to be worthy of such a honor.
In this town, as you take your rest, where this commerce is indeed possible, you are able to acquire yourself your zenith and trade points.
Awesome. So 200 zenith and 2 trade points for me. So awesome. So I now have a total of 3 trade points. And 390 zenith.
GM, is this place considered a village or a town?
A village.
Okay.
Why, pray tell, do you ask?
Because my character is basically broke.
Oh,
I have 30 zenith to my name.
Yes, because if you do wish to benefit from a proper rest, you would need to actually like get inside an inn or someone's common room. you would need to spend, thankfully, only 5 zenith to find somewhere to sleep and benefit from resting. Although, as traveling adventurers, you, if you were unable to do that, you wouldn't get a proper full rest without a magical tent, but you would get a regular rest anywhere, because you. But here, if you pay 5, you'll be able to sleep safely within the walls of the, within the confines of the village.
Yeah,
Is it
I'll rent a
2d6
place.
times 10 for that, for the spare money?
Yeah, that's the problem. I rolled minimum.
Okay, I'm just checking because still need to do that roll. Cool. All right.
All right.
I will spend my 5 zenith and rent out a place to stay for the night.
Cool. I will as well.
As shall I.
Yes, I have just enough for an in-stay, and then enough to buy some, but not all of the train parts I'd like. Which is to say, I restored 2 of my 3 missing inventory points.
Oh yeah.
And you can always tell what room Lucius is staying in because he has the 2 guards out front of
Yeah.
it.
Which does give you a few looks, because you look very, you stand out, and this is on the wrong side of the mountain, so you probably don't run into the Republic folk very much.
Yeah, this is on the wrong side of Wokomal. If this was the other end of Wokomal, sure.
Yeah, and while we're here, I'll also recharge my inventory points as well. On that note.
Recharge will cost you 10 zenith.
Yep. So it's 70 of my zenith goes into it because I spent 7 inventory points. Ouch. But I still turned a profit. I'm happy with this.
As you are now benefiting from a proper rest without having to use a magical tent, since you are paying for safety, you recover all your HP and MP, and recover from any status effects you were suffering from.
Hooray.
And as you are resting, you are in a moment of calm. Now, there are some things you can do. Of course, this is a time for you to get to know each other a bit, or exchange your thoughts on what happened on the journey so far, perhaps where you are to head. In addition to that, you can do things by the core book of creating a new bond towards someone or something. That's another way you can spend Fabula points, is toward a bond, rather than toward one of your traits. If you add a bond, you would add an emotion to an existing bond, or erase an emotion. These emotions are more for highlighting what your character cares about, highlighting to me what you believe your character cares about. But also, as I said, mechanically, it does give you another method of spending toward a certain target. But in addition to that, I will be using the camp activity stuff from the playtest materials. So there are other things you can do in addition to those things. That's for the November one.
Yeah.
19, page 19. Starting on page 19, it keeps going. And they're not exhaustive, that's just an example of a variety of them.
Stands right now, I think I might do one such activity, and I will daydream.
What do you daydream about, noble scion?
Oh, I daydream of those wonderful days in the noble section outside the Grand Assembly in the capital of Corio. and just those wonderful days and the bright summers. Ah, those were the days. Those are the days.
Perhaps those days may continue. All goes well.
And the benefit I get from that is once before my next rest, if I lose hit points for some reason, I can choose to have that HP loss.
I was going to ask Eckhart soon, but he has BRB'd. So,
Me?
Zevin,
Yeah. Okay. You said I can form a bond.
you certainly can.
No cost. Can I form bonds with my teammates?
It's someone or something. So an organization, a nation, or a particular person.
All right.
Though I
That
suppose
guy.
Sorry, I'll complete that too. You could, in theory, if you were a named party, you may say, I'm to the party that is known as this. That could work, but I don't know if you really formed a party quite yet. Though you could with that spawn. You could try to forge something with these folk. But carry on, sorry.
I don't know about that Lucius guy. I mean, he is paying me a lot. Paying off some of my debt to climb aboard. But at the same time, I don't know. There's something fishy about him. I'd like to form a bond of mistrust.
You may very well do so, Seven.
Perfect.
All right, you got one of three.
In before just the entire rest of the party just forms bonds of like hate or mistrust with Lucius, and he's just completely oblivious.
Welcome to Metopia, everyone.
Any camp activity you perform as this bond is forged in your heart?
All right. I need to repair my pistol. I will fire up my forge, likely, if it needs to be unpacked from my vehicle, sure. If I can just do it within part of my vehicle that I refit for the occasion, I shall. The door will be open. I might need to go talk with my party members to recover some of the fragments.
Did you see a bit of metal kind of flying away, pinging around the room? I kind of need that.
Exactly.
You are indeed able to repair your weapon as you have a calm moment to fiddle with it. And I imagine your traveling companions aren't gonna covet your bits of metal and scrap, essentially, because they wouldn't know what to do with them, really. No, none of them are Magitech users. Though more may know a bit of it.
I do not.
Well, never mind then. But yes,
More
Zevin
into
is able
the
to repair
herbalism.
her pistol.
It is now a scrap pistol. It's probably worth less if I tried to sell it, but it'll work just fine
Yes.
for now.
Frickin' Fallout 4 pipe pistol.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you quite sure that's safe?
Oh, it's more safe than a. I don't really have any better options right now. You
We all must work with the tools that are given into us.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got your big sword thing. I don't even know how you hold that.
With great skill and practice.
2 hands, presume.
Let me see that. Can I try to pick it up?
You can certainly try.
I shall roll an effort check. Might and might.
I mean, I think that does it, honestly.
Yeah, you're able to heft it. I don't think you're proficient with the thing, but you're able to heft it and move it about.
Whew. It's heavier than a double spanner.
You feel where your hands are touching into the grip that, although you know that metal can be cold or draws the heat away from things a little bit, but this is another thing altogether. It isn't quite icy. It's almost this cold reach across a grave, shaking your hands as they hold onto the handle.
I'm gonna not drop it immediately because that might end up with the sword going through me.
Yeah, he'll take it back and sheath it with one hand. With one hand. Well, yeah, you can't reach two hands over your shoulders, not when you're wearing armor.
Well, well played. You need to sharpen everything now.
To Eckhart, I must ask, as we...
Mm-hmm.
What tragic experience awakened his ability of the Dark Knighthood?
Ah, yes, that thing.
Dark Knights do not come from mere martial prowess. They are fueled by something.
Yes. You know what? When he was a kid, brigands attacked his village, and he lost his brother.
As you've backed off, Seven, you almost feel this echo of that memory.
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Many would regard the powers of a Dark Knight as evil. How does Sir Eckhart feel about them?
Well, given his religious viewpoint, I'm gonna go reread that to make sure I'm not misinterpreting things. Okay. Yes. So, given his religious interpretation on things, he believes that they're a gift. They're a tool to be used, granted him by the ancients in response to help right the wrongs in the world, right? Help those who can't help themselves, that sort of thing. So, while some people may consider them dark, they're a tool, just like a sword is a tool.
Are there many practicing your art, or are you one of the few exceptions?
Where he's from, it's pretty common. Here, though, I'd say it's not as common. I mean, in Vokmal, there's probably more than in the other kingdoms, but outside of Wokmal, or is it is it Wokmal? Wokmal?
Wakamal.
Wakamal. Outside of Wakamal, probably you see like one or two in
no.
like a city, maybe. Possibly one or two in a country.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be able to unhear it now. Every time someone says whack-a-mole, I'm gonna think whack-a-mole.
You say it kind of like that, yeah. It sounds like that.
Ugh.
Whack-a-mole, yeah.
Ugh, can't unhear it.
What is our Dark Knight up to as he is enjoying his rest?
Well, I mean, he's taking his armor off because he doesn't wear that 24/7. That gets uncomfy. So he's probably, I imagine has some sort of religious obligations. So there's probably like evening prayers or whatever, and then he's just relaxing in his bed, getting some rest.
I will give you the benefit of the camp activity of sleep soundly, as you had a nice peaceful way to get some rest and confident in your armor and that it was undamaged by the attacks. Once before the next rest, you may perform an additional action on your turn during a conflict scene. It must be used to perform equipment, hinder, or an inventory action.
Interesting. Okay. Sweet.
More Duncan.
Well, I'm mildly resentful of having to spend 5 zenith that could have remained in my pocket. So I am going to burn the midnight oil a bit to try to start a project to create a reusable magic tent.
Oh, goodness me.
That way I wouldn't have to, like, routinely spend inventory points. It would just be able to be used. But I don't know how much that would involve right now. So if it turns out to cost too much right now, I will instead be planning for my project of inventing a reusable magic pen.
Are you looking to make a sort of magical tent that you, like one ahead, like trying to assemble one ahead of time, sort of thing, that you don't have to use the inventory points, or you want it to be something that you don't, you just get to reuse over and over?
The latter.
So
'Cause
5 and 2, so
4 inventory
1,000
points is 40 zenith, so it's even more expensive than just staying in a town.
You are able to learn that the materials you would require would be amount to 1,000 zenith.
Okay, I cannot afford that right now. Next mission, acquire 1,000 zenith. So that I can then buy my materials. Is there
Yeah.
anything special I'd need for it?
Say again, sorry?
Is there anything special that I would need as far as materials are concerned?
Well, you were able to determine how much it would cost for the materials. You would need to be in a town, a settlement that you could trade and stuff in. A bigger town would make it easier. You could cheap out on some of the materials that is usually used into magic tents. A little more, a bit more of a, shall we say, an islander special. A little more dependent on the errant magical forces rather than the inherent magic within the material. That would shave down the cost by 25%.
That's okay. I will just save money for it because I have less than half the amount that I would need to pay up front, so.
Feel free to put that into your notes. I'll say that your camp activity was figuring that out, figuring out exactly what you would need, what kind of materials you would need to collect.
Works for me.
Is there anything shared between the four of you in your night stay before the coming dawn?
I think I'm good.
My character will be the last to bed. after spending most of the night hammering away, bashing that pistol back together. Thankfully, they don't do it anywhere near the inn.
Yeah, great way to get kicked out of your inn. Have your Vive Zenit back. Go away.
But what time are we leaving? Like dawn?
Dawn's light, I imagine. I imagine you want to get on your way. Unless you really want to explore this village.
I say not particularly. It's a long journey to the next town, and my character's out of money. It might be a little more wanting to get on with it after.
That makes some level of sense, yeah. And you definitely get the feeling that this is not the sort of place an adventurer would get a very well-paying quest unless gathering herbs in the mountains sounds terribly thrilling to you.
Kill 5 slimes.
Yes.
I need to collect 20 berries to make a pie.
Very well then. So, we're going to take a very short break before we carry on with the prologue. I shall return momentarily. I have returned.
Welcome back. Author had to put $1 in the jar.
Yes, faith of the heart. It is a long road. It is not, in fact, a long road getting from here to there. It is, in fact, a long rail. We're on a magical train ride.
Yeah, but road and rail have the same syllable, so you can just say it's a long rail.
It's been a long rail. Getting from there to here. Nah, that doesn't really work.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I hate this.
Loses some of its majesty, I think.
You're right.
Have all returned with me?
All rails lead to Choreo?
No,
that's
no,
not right,
paying
though, they
attention. They
don't.
lead to
Alcazar.
Yeah,
they lead to the Sultanate.
yeah.
The true empire of the realm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all rails lead to Alcazar, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But all roads lead to Caristellum.
Roads,
I mean-
where we're going, we don't need roads.
No.
How dare you reference my favorite movie?
Teehee.
Bros, but you know.
I mean, that's certainly true of the Golden Comet. They don't need no stinking roads.
Yep. So I guess we're continuing on our way.
Are you?
Well, we haven't been ambushed tonight, so...
No? Yeah, you guys move faster than they do. Even if they wanted to chase down the train, it's like, no, they're moving at like single hexes at most.
Perfect.
Good luck, I'm behind 2 movement tiles.
Well, wait till we have to deal with a flying opponent. Then they can hit us wherever.
Through the hills and over Vale, train roars on. With monsters looming behind it in every shadow, many secrets and threats looming. As I imagine in the back of Zevon's mind, though how much she cares of such things is up to her, really. But I will say that there is that niggling rumor about that strangeness that was possibly discovered out in the desert. What precisely it was and why the Sultanate cares so much about it is not a widely known thing. How does Zevon feel about it?
Well, you live out enough in the backlands, the wilderness, the small enough community that you question some of the things that come from the higher ups. The rumors could very well be true. They've been handed around here and there, all over the place. But something big? Oof. Part of me wishes I could investigate it. The other part's like, I'm glad I'm not getting involved with that. Goodness knows I wouldn't be allowed on any sort of official research team. I don't have the academia credits. Or, any credits.
Oh.
Or any Zenit for that matter. Oof.
Oh, you poor.
How exactly did you get into debt?
Well, it's a long story.
We're riding in a straight line for 3 days.
Well, how does your character find out I'm in debt?
I don't know. Do you mutter about it?
Oh, yeah, she very well might do that.
Eh.
Kind of doing the math on something on their head, and they keep tapping like the arm of the chair they're sitting in. The train basically drives itself.
And if there's another obstacle on the track?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just
Okay.
figuring it's math.
How?
Hmm?
Alexander's gonna glance at the math. Why are you in so much debt?
None of your business.
Well, I'm paid you, so
No,
partially my business.
my my engine's a weird model. It doesn't take normal parts.
Ah,
You get the wrong person to custom build it, and well, it's that's none of your business. It's just nosy.
And
Get in
over
the
the Dark
conversation.
Knight's shoulder, you can see a very distinct and familiar glitter of light out the train window.
what?
What precious things make up a train such as yours, Zevon?
Well, technically, though this isn't on the official records,
Mhm.
very old, very specific, very hard to come by precursor relics. You know, borrowed and not returned.
Are you operating this train illegally?
Wouldn't you like to know, Night Boy?
That's me asking out of character.
I'm not replying out of character.
I would like to know, because I'm on it.
You
Perhaps.
see the gleaming, if dirtied, brilliance of an alabaster tower of that empire that was once a stretch across the continent and beyond. It is a precursor ruin that you are passing by.
GM,
Yeah.
permission to fake a mechanical accident on my train.
I think we have a roll. What stat would you invoke?
Insight is
I
my
would
train
agree.
after all.
I'll invoke dexterity because you have to do it. You have to get into the right spot.
They didn't say they were stopping for. They were traveling urgently for any sort of specific event or anything. It'll only be a few minutes. Did I actually break something?
Wasn't a critical fail, so that's good. Yeah, you get the feeling that any sort of sabotage you do, or if you do, you find that any sabotage you would do would either do, especially given the attack and stuff, and the fact this thing hasn't seen a ton of repair lately, you'd either break something really important, and at which point you actually would break your train and it would stop all right, or you'd have to just stop normally. You can't figure out a way to subtly get the train to stop.
Option 2, stop normally and lie.
You certainly can stop normally. There's no roll for that. You know what levers to pull.
I shall make the announcement as normal that an unexpected stop.
But more bandits now. Are we dealing with more bandits?
No, it's fine. Just if there's a little something itty bit wrong. And unless you want us to blow sky high now.
What's, how does one do a straight insight check?
I'll say an opposed roll of willpower for the person doing the tricking, and insight for the person trying to see through it.
Okay.
Sorry, what do I roll? Willpower?
Your willpower. Just double willpower.
Oh god, my bad stat.
Oh, that's
Fantastic.
it. Given
My
given the optional, I'm only calling out one of them. I suggest willpower, but you can choose the other one. Unless you agree that willpower makes sense to you.
Yeah, willpower makes sense.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so you don't have to beat much.
Yeah, look, your train conductor is hiding something.
I'm gonna say that Alexander probably spotted her. I'm sorry. What are Seven's pronouns?
Seven. I'm not picky. Neither is she. Seven or Zevin, your choice. She's not picky.
Okay. So he probably noticed her eyes going big over his shoulder, spotted the big sparkly tower, and put two and two together.
Yes,
Seven.
these mountains are very pretty. Oh, Yeah, no, that would draw attention.
Would this emergency, and he says with air quotes, have anything to do with the big tower over there?
No, I would never. Maybe.
You know, I get the feeling that she's not being entirely honest with us.
Very
Oh,
observant, sir.
okay,
Very
okay.
observant.
Oh, your fancy education was good for something. Good for you. All right. I am assuming that you want something from the tower.
I'll make it worth your while. You find something, you can keep it. It's very valuable stuff. Most of it just sells for scrap because no one really knows what to do with it. But I can tell the difference between the scrap and the valuable stuff.
So it would be accomplished faster if we helped you search the tower.
Yes, and I'll tell you what's important. You can keep it.
Okay. Let us go then. The sooner we start, the sooner we can be on survey.
Not all serious, are you?
Well, yeah, unlike some people, this train doesn't run on hopes and dreams.
I feel like that was pointed at me.
Very observant, sir. Very observant.
Enjoy the yes men.
That's good.
The yes men brigade.
The yes man brigade is everything.
All right.
Well, your conductor's off the train now. Unless you want
Well-
to try driving this thing.
We need
I
to
was gonna
stretch
say,
my legs
like,
anyways, so...
presumably, everyone leaves, and then like a minute passes. Lucius is just sort of tapping his foot. I don't need them. I can handle things all on my own.
Of course, sir. Of course, sir.
Oh, this is boring, and he leaves. And just follows after them.
What is more Duncan up to as this unfolds?
I mean, I'm up for exploring a mysterious tower. Sounds fun.
You all disembark into the hills, and some walking distance away, you can, now that you're not in a fast-moving train, you can see this alabaster tower peeking over the hills. And you're able to cross over to it, should you wish.
Yes, certainly, absolutely, 100%.
So, this does seem like a necessary question. How often are these towers that you are so interested in dangerous to explore?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 20, I'd say yes. Only a little
Fantastic.
bit. The more you get
And he'll
used to
put-
it, you know.
Alexander will put his helmet on and pull the sword off his back.
Well, if we are going to be going to this tower, I suppose that I shall lead us all. Alexander, take the front.
He was already in the front,
Usually
so...
it's the leader who does this.
Very good.
Thought that was implied by the title.
Alexander, continue being in the front.
So, what makes you think you can handle all this? I mean, how many of these have you raided? I mean, salvaged.
Well, I don't make a habit of making myself a thief. And he just flips his hair.
You might end up upgrading that bond of yours at the end of this 7.
Yep.
Forward you march, onward and forward. I ask for a roll to see what lurks in the hidden places as you approach
Oh boy.
the tower.
Does that count as a travel roll?
The
Actually-
travel did just happen. That's why I rolled a 1 earlier.
I think
Is there a power that you're invoking?
Yes, I have a Wayfarer ability, which means I recover 1 inventory point after each travel roll.
Oh yes, a
It's
travel
very
roll
good.
has happened. Yep. You
I am
would benefit
broke.
from.
Can't you also ask the book a question after every travel roll?
Should they wish. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
I will keep an eye out for, I and my bodyguards will keep an eye out for anything untoward.
That is also what I'm watching out for.
So as a group, one of you is the leader, and we'll be doing insight plus something else they invoke. The others can assist, but they're aiming for a target of 10. And if you succeed, you add +1 to the leader's roll.
Mm-hmm. I will. I'll pitch my insight. So insight.
Very good.
If that's cool. I guess everyone else should roll first to determine what bonuses I may or may not get.
So double insight?
You can invoke the other one if you don't think insight. If you think there's something better, something that makes more sense to you, or some other method you're doing.
Yep, I'm all insight.
No +1 from
Yep,
you.
insight for me
unfortunately.
too. Insight. Is that just a... Oh, that's just a single D8.
No, you roll it twice.
Hang on.
Yeah, you get
Oh.
another D8. 7 doesn't do it. And 4 doesn't do it.
I get no buffs.
We're all counting on you. Oh, no. Ah.
Thankfully, it's opposed. So give me a second. Maybe you made it with 5.
Yeah, you never know.
Maybe I'll roll crown.
Corby could roll 2 1s.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Well, everyone, I think that the path ahead is quite safe. Quite.
I hope for the sake of karma, you're the first one to get hit.
He's like a little dog yapping in my ear.
On the heroes walk, comfortable in their safety, assured that there is nothing lurking about them. But in the shadows, we that know this tale know that something, many something, lurked in the shadows and shadowed after them, closer and closer to the imposing tower. And at its feet, it gleams with an unnatural brilliance of white. Although its exterior seems to be marred in bits of debris and dust and must and musk that have dotted this poor place for the many centuries since the precursor empire once dwelled. Its gates are carved as if by hand with intricate details that have weathered from the wind. It is like a single battlement high up. And even as close as you are, it seems to scrape up into the sky.
Oh, I hear payday.
Is this a magical tower?
Maybe.
Oh, What's the name of the great church? Okay. Can anyone here practice magic?
Both Lucius and both of his bodyguards shrug.
Let me take a look at it. I'm not good at magic, but I've heard of a bunch of things. I've traveled a bit.
I love how we don't have a single mage in this party.
I will once I level up more. Currently, all I have is dispel magic.
I can fake magic eventually.
What is your plan, you of Clan Duncan?
So, I'm wondering if I can examine this tower and try to figure out how to get in.
You very well could. I would call insight on my end.
Okay. I think insight probably does make sense to inspect it. However, I will spend a trade point because I've heard of this sort of ruin.
Very good.
So that is not great, but 9.
9, you say?
Can I re-roll that with a Fabula point?
Do you have a trait that makes
Fabula.
sense? Why would you know?
Do I? Sorry, one moment. Not really in this case, I would say, actually. Unfortunately. So, 9 it is.
I can do magic, but I never practiced. I just sort of happened. Sorcerers. Okay, author. And also calling back, you have to give Lucius player. They make the reluctant adventurer, but they still participate in combat and the adventure mechanically, just with a funny or slapstick manner. True.
Mm-hmm.
Given
Yes.
an attaboy. No mechanical benefit, but you get kudos from the chat. But, unfortunately, no kudos to more Duncan's knowledge of ancient things. This is a thing older than the kingdom you hail from. This is a thing hearkening from an era long, long past, in an area that none have claimed for centuries.
Well, it may be a thing of ages long, long past, but surely it must have a door.
I
Gonna turn and
shrug.
look at 7.
All the doors are different. May I roll to inspect?
You're examining the doors for some way to open it?
Yeah.
I would say insight on my end.
Yeah, double insight.
Oh, nice.
There does appear to be a seam in the door. And in fact, there are no great handles of it, but it does seem to be the sort of thing that one would push inward. Which is odd. One would think you'd want the door to open out, not push in.
We were trying to pull on the push door. Is that...
You didn't try to touch the door at all. You just examined the darn thing.
The bane of all adventuring parties. Doors.
Doors.
Hey, at least it's not the floor!
Alright, well, now that we know how to open the door, Alexander will step forward and push the door in.
The door sizzles at your touch almost. Feeling almost heat against your hands through your gloves as you're able to, but you are able to push. There's no pain, there's no, just that weird warmth feeling, and this audible sound you can hear or feel through your hand as you're pushing the doors open. And I'll note that they open silently and slowly, but surely, do part ways. Within this realm, you see a rather large circle of what once was. Various countertops and desks, various cubicles and bits of paper and parchment, bits of old leather left to dust. Or not to dust, as all is still alabaster. Surface every corner, almost with a marble-ish sheen, which is not really a thing that one expects of this kind of stone. And in a sort of center ring, there is various talismans that stand upright, plinths, if you will, that seem to dot. And you notice there is no stair or lift of any kind. Just this grand expanse and the great impossible reach above of white light.
Oh, payday.
Like gremlin.
So, what specifically are we looking for?
Well, stuff. Specifically the tiny stuff. Specifically the.
Lucius just sort of motions around. I don't know if you've noticed, but here be stuff.
No, you got the door open the first try. Is the thing. Sometimes you need an entire research team with an entire keg of blasting powder, but no. Ooh.
I'm sorry, you normally blow this thing up?
Details, Schmeat tales.
Alright, well, guess Alexander will walk over and pick up. You said there was like scrolls and books?
Parchments and papers.
Okay. I guess he'll walk over and. I mean, he knows some things about really old papers because he studied in a religious foundation. So he's not going to touch the parchment because he doesn't want it to crumble or break. He's just going to study it, see what's on it.
I would say, like a broken record, insight on my end.
My, we're doing that a lot today. Okay, 2d8. Here we go.
$14, you said.
Mm-hmm.
These parchments speak of things that the church long turned away from as a method and power that was without true method or true power. These are scrolls and papers of a way of spiritualism, the way of the light mages. Not heretical or evil, perhaps, but from the Empire's perspective, not a terribly useful method of doing things. Hence, one of the great disapprovals of the Duchess of Wakamal, who had turned to that path, a local custom. But this seems to be a place where such things were studied, such people gained and learned their power.
Oh, this is the Tower of the Light Mages. Wonderful. Well, I suppose Volkmall would be interested in well, some of the locals in Volkmall might be interested in the sort of thing.
too far to time out from your final destination. I get a decent amount of Zenith for that. If you know who to sell it to.
These papers alone, for the historical and some practical value, would amount to some 120 Zenith.
Right.
So, just as a test, Alexander is going to very delicately touch, like, one of the smaller scraps of parchment to see if it's safe to handle.
It almost feels like it's not there at all. Almost like it's about to give way and allow you to press through it and crumble it. Yet, despite the weight of your hand and the press of your finger, it holds firm. Stands resolute.
So it feels like it should be collapsing, but it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to perform an experiment. I'm going to take said small scrap and walk out the door of the tower.
You notice in the light of the sun that illustrations appear and diagrams.
Oh, okay. I was expecting it to, like, crumble when we cross the perimeter, but this is different.
Neat. What did the diagrams look like?
Yeah, what's appearing on the paper?
These seem to be, you see there's hands held in a certain way. You can see there's directionality to the hands, whereas the papers speak rather dryly of making such and such gesture and imbuing such and such powers of the light within. This gives a more practical how you're supposed to gesture with the hand. Another parchment would show how a certain staff is made, and how you would assemble it. So without the sun's light, it seems incredibly esoteric and arcane, but in the light of the sun, it becomes very it seems these precursors had a scientific approach, almost engineering precision, how such things were done.
I would be fascinated if I didn't believe in this practice of magic. Okay, well, we have this magic parchment that reveals its secrets in the sun. So that is neat.
Has my character seen any of this? One of these before, or is this new?
Has your character? You tell me. Actually, has your character ever seen a precursor ruin or a museum that held such things?
Glancingly, yes. Most of any sort of like delving for parts is probably through ones more small than this. That they had to go a lot faster through because going through these things within the territory of the Sultanate likely isn't exactly legal.
Then I say unto you that this place seems immaculate, unraided, untouched, since those doors closed the last time. You've never seen things in such pristine quality in their original place where they were left.
Oh, that's something. Didn't know the paper could change colors like that. Oh no, and lots of that.
I'm assuming you want the papers then?
So we came all this way for papers.
Us?
Well, is there anything on the plinths? You said there were a bunch of plinths. Is there anything on them?
You approach any of them?
Yeah, Alexander will walk up to one.
Etchings and runes light up as you get closer to them.
On the plinth?
Yes. Almost seeming to hover away from its surface.
Oh. Okay. Are they in this? Oh no, they're runes. Entropic magic is not useful for this.
It's shiny. It's shiny. It's glowing. Ooh. It's almost like
Yes,
I
I
have
think-
to check it out now.
I think you are supposed to touch the runes and something happens, maybe? Or is there labels for something? I don't know. I don't. But my magic does not use runes.
I make a check to try to make any sense out of them.
I will say on my end, willpower.
Okay. Double, willpower, and for me, why is my mouse not working? Oh, that's not good. Okay, there we go. Insight, willpower.
Very well.
I have studied these things before. I likely have a little journal of the few I've managed to decode, at least partially.
Some of the runes you partially understand, and then you remember that it requires a certain level of focus and concentration by the user to use such things. Magitech is a lot more, correct me if I'm wrong, of course, a lot more mechanical. Pull a trigger, press a button, pull a lever, and it does the thing you want. Whereas precursor runes can be a little more esoteric in their usage.
Yeah, that checks out.
But you are able to hover your hand in the right order, and from the walls, forming into being, spiral staircase emits from the wall and creeps its way up into the eternal light.
Search continues, it would seem.
Well, that is incredible.
Oh, this isn't just payday. This is jackpot.
Jackpot? I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with this jackpot.
Almost
It
never
means
done
it
the
is worth a lot of money. But your fancy education, you can't even know the basic word jackpots? And with that, Alexander is going to start walking up the stairs. Because if anybody's going to set up a booby trap at the top, might as well be the guy in full plate armor.
This is true.
Who is Jack, says Hunter, and why do we want his pot?
Because there's gold in it. Presumably, according to the tech person.
In this party of 4, well, indeed 6. But these 4 ascend into a light none have seen for centuries, stepping forth through history, and perhaps finding that which will save the world. For now, that will be the end of our prologue. As one of the first great mysteries of the world revealed.
Oh boy.
Would you like to save your game?
Quick save.
Please insert disc 2. No, wait, the whole
really
prologue
like
was on the
disc
first
2.
disc?
Wow, the graphics on this must be insane.
I will say, that's a pretty good joke to end each episode on. Would you like to save your game?
Would you like to save your game?
And as
If
we
it
load to
comes
the
up
front.
mid-game, that means, kiss your butt goodbye.
You walk into the room and it like starts auto-saving and also there's a bunch of gear on the floor. You're like, No.
Why are there so many
Oh,
potions
no.
lying around? Some experience is given. Let me get that assembled for you. I have a black screen, everybody. Roll20 does not like how much. There's a lot of stuff. That's my map is very detailed, so it is struggling. But it's okay. It's
Yeah, it took a
fine.
sec for my thing to load because it was like at first it was all purple, and then all the hexes started filling in.
Oh no, I wanted this camera. We're still here. Refresh. Let's see, and there we go. Back. Return. Nope. I know what I'm doing, everybody. I promise. Oop. Too loud. I saved it.
There we go.
Now to dole out experience. Once I found out where it is. Index away.
So I think it's like one of those things where it's just like once per session, approximately 4 hours.
So you gain, each of you gain 5 experience because you're here. No Ultima points are spent by the villains, as you've yet to encounter one. I wasn't going to throw a villain at you right in the prologue. There was one that you could have encountered, but you kind of got away from them. And an amount of XP is gained equal to amount of Fabula points spent by the group during session, divided among the characters. So, I count that 3 were spent. I'll round it up just for easy. I'll give each of you 1 XP. Because there's no way to divide 3 easily. I'd rather you have equal or similar XP.
So we all learned 5? Did I do the math
6.
right?
You should all have 6 currently.
6.
Your next level happens the minute you cross 10 experience, and that's when you gain a level in something else.
Okay.
Oh, I need to roll a d6.
Why is that?
Because I hit the end of a session, I get to get some fatigue back for my guys.
Oh, yes, do that now.
So here comes the 1.
2.
Well, it's
Okay.
not a 1.
It's not 1.
So
Yeah.
1.
They're up to 6.
So, the amount of Fabula you each have carries over into the next episode. What will happen at the start of next episode for Scott is you will gain 1 Fabula point because you're at 0 when you start the next episode.
Awesome.
But yes, that is the prologue, and I now have an idea of what is to come and where you're to go and what kind of adventuring party we are to follow. So I will say, for all of you watching, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Fun to listen in on. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Celtigoth. You all have a good one.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, chat.
That was good. Oh boy, that was good.
I'm sorry I brought a gremlin to a gunfight.
Hey, gremlins work. Gremlins work.
Ugh,
Yeah.
so
Gremlins
good.
with guns are like a staple.
Yeah.